Hello. Today's lecture is a motivation to use LibreOffice Calc. Now, LibreOffice Calc is a spreadsheet program in LibreOffice suite. Well, as will be demonstrated in a little while, it is as good as Excel and it is like Excel. So you will find no difference between using LibreOffice Calc or using Excel. Now, this will be demonstrated by solving a linear programming problem. Now, why LibreOffice Calc? It's popular in academics and it's slowly gaining acceptance in workplaces. Now, LibreOffice Suite, that is the entire Office suite which has a document writer, a spreadsheet program, a presentation program. Well, it is getting popular because it is free and it is compatible both with Windows and Linux. Also, it has a very strong community support. But over and above, it's free. And free doesn't mean that it doesn't work or it's inferior. It's good and it's equally good. It is as good as Microsoft Office. So, as indicated earlier, it can be installed in Windows and in Linux. Now, the good idea about using LibreOffice is that if you work in Windows, you can install it in Windows, and whatever you do, you can even open in Linux because LibreOffice can be installed in Linux and it is same. It's feature rich. You'll find all the features that you get in Microsoft Office. So you won't find anything which is missing. And most important, you do not get any annoying pop-up or messages that the program needs to be licensed or a license need to be purchased. Whenever you use programs which have a limited license time, you get annoying pop-ups and ads, which is quite annoying and at times embarrassing when you make a presentation. Avoid that. As I said, spreadsheets prepared in LibreOffice Calc can be opened in Excel. They can be saved as Excel without any issues. We'll be demonstrating it. So let's go ahead and demonstrate its power. I have a problem. It's a linear programming problem. You have to maximize 3x1 plus 4x2 plus 5x3 subject to the constraints given below. And here x1, x2 and x3, all three variables should be greater than equal to 0. So let's go ahead and open a LibreOffice Calc spreadsheet. There, the interface is similar to Excel. Now let's copy down the problem. Interestingly, this presentation has been made using LibreOffice Suite. Paste it and let's get ahead. Now let's note down the variable names first. So the variable names are x1, x2 and x3. Now let's note down the coefficients of x1, x2 and x3 in the objective function. So it's 3, 4 and 5. Further, let's assume a value for x1, x2 and x3, and this happens pretty much with every solver that you get in any, that is Lindo or any program that you use to solve linear programming problems. You have to assume or you have to start with a value to solve the linear program. So we assume a value of 1, 1 and 1. And we calculate the value of the objective function at this assumed values of x. Okay, let me correct it first. This is x1. Yeah. So is equal to, you write sum product drag and select the value of the coefficients, and then drag and select the value of the variables. There you have the value of the objective function now. Now we go ahead with working on the constraints. First, we note down the coefficient of the constraints, that is 3, 1, and 5, followed by 1, 4, and 1, which is again followed by 2, 2, 0, and 1. Now we calculate the value of the constraints. So that's sum product drag and select the coefficient of the constraint, number 1, and then drag and select the value of the variables. Now press function F4 and close the bracket. Now select 9 and drag it down. Drag the cells down. Now this pretty much calculates the value for each and every inequality. Further, we make a note of the inequality. And we note the maximum value of the inequality. So first one is 150. The second one, I guess, is 120, and the third is 105. So 120, and the third one is 105. Before we move on, it is very essential that you save your work. So I go to File, I go to Save As, and I save it. I give it a name. We are pretty much done. Now we can go ahead and solve it. In Excel, the solver is available under Data, but in LibreOffice Calc, it is available under Tool. So you go to Tools, you go to Solver, and there you have. First, select the target cell. So our target cell is going to be the value of the objective, because that is the one you are going to either minimize, maximize, or get it to a value. We select maximize because we are interested in maximization of the objective function by changing cells. So we select the cells which has the value of the variables, and then we put our limiting conditions. On the left side, we note the current value of our constraints, and on the right side, we select the maximum value of the constraints. We select the operator in between them. Now all of them are less than equal to, so we select less than equal to, we keep it as it is. Now we go to options. In options, we say assume variables as non-negative. Remember, x1, x2, x3, all three were greater than equal to 0. So you have to assume variables as non-negative. And then afterwards, out of the two, that is LibreOffice Coin MP Linear Solver and LibreOffice Linear Solver, well, let me select Linear Solver, and again select assume variables as non-negative and click OK. And click solve. Lo and behold, we are done. Okay. If you want to generate a sensitivity report, you can again go to tools. You can again go to solver. You can again go to options. Check everything. Click on generate sensitivity report. Click OK and click solve and click keep results. Your sensitivity report is very much available to you now. Click on save to save your work. Now, if you want to open it in Excel and further use it in Excel, let's see if it can be done. So we click on file and we click on save as, and I'll give it a name, problem calc excel, that is Excel, and save as type, drop down this list and select Excel 97 2003 and click save. Well, it will give a window asking you whether you want to save it in Excel 97 2003 format or ODA format. Now this time you want to save it in Excel 97 2003 format. Click OK. Let's close everything. Now as you can see here, it is saved as Microsoft Excel 97 2003 worksheet. Now if you want to open it, right click it, open with Excel. There it opens. Flawless. Click on sheet. Now some of you must be thinking that can I use this further in Excel to solve a linear programming problem, or let us say I want to make some changes and again resolve it. Can I do it? Yes, you can do it. Now let's see how beautiful it gets. Now let me again change the values to 1.5. That is the assumed values of x1, x2 and x3 to 1.5 and 1.5. Now under data, go to solvers. And as you can see here, the selections for the objective, for the variable cells and the constraints that you made in LibreOffice Calc are available here. Isn't that great? And it has selected Simplex LP. Right? So now click solve. And there you are. If you want the sensitivity report from Excel, select sensitivity, click OK. Now, as you can see here, you have come back to the same values as you had in LibreOffice Calc. Isn't that great? It means it works, and it works wonderfully, and you can always shift between using Excel and using LibreOffice Calc if you intend to, of course. If you have sent your worksheet which you have prepared in LibreOffice Calc and saved it as Excel 97 2003, it can be used by any person who has only Excel. And if you have an Excel worksheet which has been done by a person who has only Excel available, it can be opened in LibreOffice Calc and you can further work on it. So that was all about how to use LibreOffice Calc effectively so that you do not get stuck between Windows and Linux. That was all, my friends. Have a great time. Have a great day.